One night, Princess Aerea Targaryen vanishes from Dragonstone, stealing Balerion the Black Dread. A year later, they return, but something's horribly wrong. Balerion, the greatest of the Targaryen dragons, had been wounded. His body had a 9-foot gash with blood still dripping from his scales. Princess Aerea's fate was far worse. She clung to Balerion, her flesh burning from within, her skin cracked like cooking pork as smoke seeped from her mouth. Septon Barth's account reveals the true horror. Aerea had become a living husk, but her gaunt and starved body concealed something that moved beneath her skin. Swellings appeared and receded, as if living things writhed within her, searching for escape. The pain was beyond imagination, beyond the relief of even the strongest medicines, and oft she would beg for death. As days passed, Aerea's condition worsened. Her flesh darkened and cracked, resembling burnt meat. Smoke issued from her mouth and nose. She fell silent, but the things inside her never ceased their movement. In a final grotesque display, her eyes cooked within her skull, bursting like overboiled eggs. At last, the maesters lowered her into ice, hoping to ease her suffering, but a worse horror emerged. The shock of ice stopped Aerea's heart instantly, but it also drove the creatures within her to burst forth. Septon Barth struggled to describe the sight. Worms with faces, snakes with hands, slimy, twisting things that pulsed and squirmed as they erupted from her body. These creatures, born of heat and fire, writhed and perished in the cold water. What could have caused this nightmare? Clues point to old Valyria, Balerion's birthplace, and a realm of dark magic. In Valyrian mines dwelt creatures known as fireworms. Akin to dragons, these beings breathed fire but burrowed through earth instead of soaring through skies. Legends claim they inhabited the 14 Flames even before dragons. While young fireworms were small, they could grow to monstrous sizes. In the mines, burnt and blackened corpses were often found in cracked tunnels, testament to the fireworm's deadly nature. Only a creature of immense size and power could have wounded Balerion so grievously. Dragon scales aren't easily pierced. Barth's description of the worms emerging from Aerea, with faces no less, hints at something even more sinister. Could they be the result of Valyrian genetic experiments? The mixing of beast and human DNA to create unnatural monsters? At the end of the chapter, Septon Barth warns that some doors are meant to stay closed, and Aerea Targaryen and Balerion had gone through such a door. What if Balerion didn't go to Valyria at all? Some think he flew south instead, to a place called Sothorios. This wild land is full of huge, dangerous animals, the kind that might actually hurt a dragon as big as Balerion. Sothorios is also infamous for its terrifying parasites and diseases, potentially explaining Aerea's horrific affliction. Valyria, on the other hand, was probably just a dead wasteland after the doom. Not much could live there. Moreover, the supposed Valyrian fireworms primarily tunneled underground. It's hard to imagine them attacking a flying dragon. When you think about it, the Sothorios idea makes more sense. As for Aerea, her last words were a mere whisper. I never. Perhaps a final regret for her journey. What do you think? What creature wounded Balerion? And what other horrors await the unwary in Valyria?